Thank you. You can now start.
Thank you so much as well. So for our review, today we will be focusing on developmental psychology, which is, I think this is really one of the newest subjects in the BLEP, no? In the BLEP board examination. Kasi previously it was theories of personality and ngayon pinalitan siya ng DevPsych. And I want to really start on that kasi a lot of people think na because it got replaced by DevPsych, hindi na mahalaga yung theories of personality. But actually, TOP is also very much embedded with developmental psychology. It's just that it's taking TOP to a very detailed and to a very greater na next level. Ano. So yun po yung makikita natin in our review today. And so, I already introduced myself, so I'm just sharing it again kasi it's a different subject. But I'll be focusing on what we will rationalize today. Today, we'll be focusing on the basic foundations of developmental psychology. Since it's a very new subject in BLEP, although it has already been years naman na, since 2023, no? So, we could say na pang third year na DevPsych is added to the BLEP. But still, since it's a new subject, there's still a lot of rooms into the discussion kung ano ba yung mga covered talaga na areas, and that is the reason why we're going to focus on the basic foundations lang muna of developmental psychology. And as usual, we have this disclaimer that, of course, while I am a registered psychometrician, a licensed RPM, and certified human resource associate, of course, the purpose of this review is for educational purposes. So since we're going to talk about developmental psychology, everything that we discuss should not be a sole basis for assessment, self-diagnosis, or treatment sa diagnosis ng ibang individuals. So if you think na you know someone who's struggling, or if kayo mismo you feel struggling and you are seeing discussions here na you think are applicable to you, the best advice would still come from people na talagang professionals na in the field. Ano? So I really suggest na you seek help from our experts or from people of expertise. So I always cite this since it's very important that we know who to turn to in any case na we are dealing with mental health struggles. And so, we'll begin with our very first question for developmental psychology. And sabi dyan, which statement best describes the lifespan perspective in developmental psychology? So A, development ends during late adulthood. B, development occurs only through biological maturation. C, development is lifelong, multidimensional, and plastic. Or D, that development is determined entirely by childhood experiences. So napakaraming, na parang highfalutin words, napaka-technical na words na when we look into the choices. But sabi nga natin, we'll really try to analyze and think through the choices that we have. So immediately, if you read through the choices and through the question alone, ang hinahanap natin is the best statement that describes the lifespan perspective. At pag sinabi nating lifespan perspective no, sa developmental psychology, so it encompasses the entire lifetime of an individual. So ang hinahanap natin, alin ba dito ang uma-agree sa perspective na iyon na development is lifespan siya, no? Lifetime or something na lifelong nangyayari. So una, you will see na if you look into the choices, yung sinasabi sa letter B na development occurs only through biological maturation, ibig sabihin daw, yung ating pag-develop or yung ating pagtanda ay dahil or because only of biological maturation. Meaning, talagang tumatanda lang tayo because of aging. We're just, kunwari ako, I'm an adult kasi my body is designed to be this way. My body is designed to evolve and eventually get old. And yun yung nakita natin na biological maturation. Our bodies physically mature. We could notice na ito, somehow the assumption here is singular. Na development is happening because of biology. And this same assumption, iba man yung ginawa niyong context, could also be observed in letter D. Bakit? Dito naman sa letter D, isa lang din. Kaya lang iba siya. Sinabi na development is determined entirely by childhood experiences. So dito sinasabi naman niya na hindi biology, pero more of sinasabi niya na childhood experiences lang ng tao. ang nagde-define sa development niya. Ibig sabihin, kung nung childhood experience mo is, kunwari, ang nangyari sa family mo, you came from a broken family, you've always had difficulties na magkaroon ng secure relationships with people, dahil ganun yung iyong childhood experience, pagtanda mo, you will still have the same set of problems. Always rooting back or always going back to your childhood. So bakit ko i-highlight yung dalawang choices? Because they're making you choose one. No, isa lang daw, either genetics lang or either biology lang. Or either, let's look at your past. Let's look at your childhood experiences. And we know, with everything that we've discovered about psychology, di ba? Everything na inaral natin sa ating bachelor's degree or ating mga previous na psychology-related subjects, we know na psychology is so much more than that. Hindi natin kayang sabihin na isa lang yung cause kung bakit ganyan yung tao. Therefore, we could immediately eliminate B and eliminate D agad-agad, no? So we're left with two. Sabi, it ends during late adulthood versus it is lifelong, multidimensional, and plastic. So medyo dito, mas umu-obvious na siya ng konti kasi if you look at C, yung lifespan, lifelong, sila, no? Similar. Ganun, no? Medyo talagang may pahiwatig na kung ano ang sagot. But in any case, kunwari, hindi nyo na-figure out yun, na hindi nyo agad napansin na synonyms sila of the same word. Even if you look at letter A, it says na development ends during late adulthood. Parang sinasabi na kapag ikaw ay isang nasa late adulthood na, like ano ka na, middle adult ka na, no? Yung ganan, yung sinasabi natin na late adult na, hanggang doon na lang yung pwede mong i-grow. Which we know is not true. Bakit natin sinasabi hindi totoo? Hindi porke na we know someone who's already old, no? Or kunwari yung ating mga senior citizens, no? Hindi dahil senior citizens nila na sila is wala na silang capacity to grow and develop. In fact, some of them find their hobbies at that age eh. Kasi kunwari natututo silang mag-crochet, natututo silang magtahi, natututo silang gumawa ng more creative things sa bahay. Diba? So development does not stop just because someone is aging. It is continuous. Therefore, the answer to this is letter C. Development is lifelong, multidimensional, and plastic. So isa-isahin natin yung mga words na yan when we rationalize. So the reason for it being the correct answer is we have this idea. Pag sinabi nating lifespan perspective, we are thinking from conception to death, no? From womb to tomb. Ito yung tatandaan nyo lagi. This is a very common catchphrase sa developmental psychology. Womb to tomb. Ibig sabihin, simula nung nabuo ka sa tiyan ng iyong mother, already in itself, yun na mismo yung start ng development mo. Prenatal development, no? If you want to really be technical about it. And why? Bakit siya from conception to death? Kasi this period encompasses biological changes. So, syempre, lumalaki ka, hindi ka naman habang buhay, baby na lang, di ba? So, when you are birthed out of this world, eventually you grow up, tumatangkad ka, lumalaki ang katawan mo. So, all of those are biological. Cognitive changes. So, of course, your brain also matures. You learn new things. Kaya nga, di ba, as you go on through your educational journey, yung mga subjects pahirap ng pahirap. Kasi they're meant to really challenge you and make you develop cognitively. And you also have psychosocial changes. So, psychosocial, magkasama na siya na psychological, meaning ikaw as a person, you develop your personality, you develop your traits, what are your favorites and hobbies, what interests you and what does not interest you. At the same time, social, no? So you also start to develop your social skills, no? How you interact with people. Kasi, of course, human beings are social beings at the same time. So sinasabi natin na because of these changes, because of these things, development is multi-directional. So ibig sabihin, as you go through your life, you could take different pathways. Paano pong different pathways? Kunwari, nung bata ka, gusto mong mag-teacher, biglang naging gusto mo na mag-doktor, gusto mo nang maging engineer. So it could change. Yes, hindi naman siya something na parang automatically yun na lang yung gagawin mo sa buhay mo. So it's multi-directional because life can really throw you to multiple directions. Multi-contextual. So ano pong ibig sabihin ng multi-contextual? Of course, if you look into context, ibig sabihin, your development is based on your context based on your environment. Kamusta ba yung environment na you are into? Kasi, kunwari, no matter how smart an individual is, for example, no, kunwari, ang tali-talino talaga niya, kaya lang never nagkaroon ng opportunity na makapag-aral yung tao sa school. So, out of school youth siya. Lalaki siya, hindi siya marunong magbasa at magsulat. Ano? So, yun yung isa sa mga bagay na when we say development is multi-contextual, it's really based on context, not on biology alone, or at the same time, not on environmental. So it's something na parehas nagko-contribute. And then lastly, ito yung pinaka-importante, development is plastic. Hindi naman po plastic in a bad way. I know we are using plastic in a negative way in today's time, but when we say kasi na plastic, what do you notice sa plastic? It's very malleable, right? Very flexible, no? Na ano mo siya, kahit anong form na gawin mo whatsoever, you could do that with plastic if you want to create something. And that's also saying something about our development. We are capable of change. So, kunwari ikaw, you feel na you're always a procrastinator. Lagi na lang ginagawa mo yung things to the last deadline. So what you do is, you want to really improve your habits on time management and skills. So talagang nag-start ka, step by step, you really plan your things, you manage your time, siniset mo na yung to-do lists mo, and eventually you'll be able to get there. So this is what we say when we say that development is plastic, meaning it's something that is capable of change. Because sabi nga natin yung pinaka-famous na quote, di ba? The only constant thing in this world is change. So part siya nun. Even development in itself is plastic and it is very changeable. So are we clear on this, how we look into the lifespan perspective?
Very clear, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Ito naman si Layman. Ako yun. Can you bring back the slide? I hope it could contribute on our manner of making things very simple for the students, no? So the
Yes.
question is asking us which statement best describes. So ultimately, isa lang ang tama dyan. Hindi pwedeng dalawa. Okay? Describes the lifespan. Highlight ko yung word na lifespan. Lifespan perspective in developmental psychology. So ang interpretation ko dyan ay based on the word lifespan, no? So I would explain it in Tagalog para mas malinaw. Okay, I hope it would be acceptable from your point of view, no? So kasi pag tayo ay nagtuturo sa school, no? Minsan napapaliwanag natin yung English text into Tagalog, no? Tama ba? Okay.
Yes.
So, ang lifespan development para sa akin, ang kahulugan nun ay habang tayo ay buhay, okay, maraming aspeto ng pagkatao natin ang nagbabago. Okay? At may chance pa rin tayong mag-improve. Kaya dun sa apat na options na yun, nakikita ko kagad ang tamang sagot. Okay? From the word lifespan, it refers to lifelong development. Okay? Multi-dimensional and plastic. Okay? I like the word plastic. No? Ang interpretation of plastic is people can still change. No? And you said, we are flexible or malleable. No? So, ang example ka dito sa being plastic, no? Hindi yung the negative connotation of plastic, no? Kahit matanda na tayo, pwede pa rin tayo matuto, mag-improve, at magbago.
Mm.
Now, tapos yung letter A and B, di ba? Parang limitado yung development natin pag yan ang sagot natin, di ba? Tama? So, so definitely we describe, okay, lifelong development to consist of multidimensional and being plastic. I think multidimensional is part of your recall of concept, no? Okay, and our life, okay, develops in multidimensional manner wherein we see our body, our mind, even our emotions, okay, may what? May develop, no? Okay? And in fact, our circles of friends, no, could be part of our multi-dimensional, right, development. Okay? And also, finally, our attitude. Tama ba yun? Yung aking,
Yes po.
ano, okay?
Yes po, opo. Tamang-tama.
Tama yung sagot ko? At
Apa,
yung
yes
sagot
po.
mo ay letter C,
Yes.
right? So yun ang
Yes.
paliwanag ko sa layman na pagkaintindi ko. So, developmental, it refers to lifelong process, multidimensional, and plastic. Yun lang.
Yes.
Okay? Tatlo yung elements ng development. Para
Yes.
sa akin, no? Sa theory na pinaliwanag mo about developmental psychology. Okay?
Yes po.
Okay,
Yes.
sige.
Thank you
Sige, can
po.
we have the second slide,
Okay.
please? Thank you.
Yan. So moving forward for our second question naman at the same time, no? According to developmental psychologists, maturation refers to A, learning through environmental exposure. B, age-related biological unfolding based on genetic programming. C, social learning through imitation. And D, permanent behavioral change due to experience. So kanina medyo alam niyo kung yung board exam is nasa papel ngayon, o yung mga questions natin, related na yung number 1 at number 2. So medyo may idea kayo on what maturation could possibly is. Pero kunwari, hindi natin nakita yung question kanina and we're relying purely, no, dito lang sa kung anong meron tayo. So when we speak of maturation, something is maturing. Something is having maturity. Diba? So ang goal natin is tignan, ano ba yung isang bagay na either tumatanda, nag-grow, nagde-develop, eventually leading to something, no, na mas mature or mas stable na version. So kaya nga tayo nagmamature because of that. So A, learning through environmental exposure, it does not really directly relate to maturation, no? Kasi you could always learn naman without maturing. Parang, kumbaga, kung yun lang talaga yung environment mo, yes, maturation could be a factor, pero not entirely naman. So parang it's not really something na covered. Kumbaga, pwede, yes, pero mga 25% lang na yan ang tapos. So age-related biological unfolding based on genetic programming. So yung letter B, biological. So ayan, nabanggit yung biological. Alam naman natin na if something is biological, something is genetic, talagang nagmamature siya over time, na nag-grow siya over time. So yeah, that is an
Excuse me,
option.
ma'am. Excuse me,
Yes
ma'am.
po.
Hula ko, B ang sagot.
Yes po, how would you like po to also?
Okay. Kasi I'm looking at the word maturation, no? And developmental. Okay? Tama ba ako?
Yes po.
Sige. Pakituloy mo, Iha.
Okay po. Thank you po. Tama po actually. Ano po, so, ayun po, actually, pakita ko yung answer. Yes po, it's actually maturation, no? Kasi when we speak of something maturing, biologically, it's evolving, no? So, bakit kinansel na natin yung C at D sa baba? Kasi, social learning through imitation. So, yes, pwede kang may matutunan na mga parang social skills from imitating or copying others. Pero again, not the focus of the question. Sinasabi lang na you develop that, but really not targeting kung ano ba yung maturation. And then the permanent behavioral change due to experience. So, hindi na naman, di ba? Kasi permanent. So, sabi nga natin, pag something is maturing, it is changing. So, bakit biglang magkakaroon ng something na permanent behavioral change na hindi na siya changeable? Ano? So, that's the reason why age-related biological unfolding based on genetic programming. And actually, if you look into the definition, kasi sabi kasi sa ating developmental psychology principles, no, we grow into ways, we develop into ways. Yung una is maturation, meaning ito yung biological. So, lumalaki tayo, tumatanda tayo, nag-iiba yung ating katawan, yung ating itsura, and it's largely influenced by genetics, predictable sequences. Paano predictable sequences po? Kunwari in your family, all of you are athletes. So, syempre, ikaw, meron ka ng genes for it. So if you also train yourself to become an athlete, possible na it's easier for you, no? Kasi nandun na mismo yung kumaga traits, no, or characteristics to help you with being an athlete. So yun po yung maturation. How about learning? So ito naman yung nagde-develop tayo because we learn from our experiences. So kunwari, nalaman natin na makukuryente tayo. Pag hinawakan natin yon, hindi na natin uulitin. Diba? So we learn from our experiences. We also are influenced by our environment. So dyan na pumapasok, kamusta ba sa bahay? Kamusta ba sa school? Who are your friends? Who are the people that you group yourselves into? Diba? So these are two principles na we could always remember when we talk about developmental psychology. Maturation, how we biologically grow and develop, and learning, how we use our experiences and environments to develop and grow. So clear po ang ating definitions or way of differentiating
Very
maturation.
clear, ma'am. Very clear.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Meron lang akong idadagdag. Pwede. Pakibalik mo yung
So,
slide mo.
ito po.
Kasi I came across what is social learning. No? When you say social learning through imitation, definitely it's wrong for this particular question. Because social learning means copying others. No? That's why you said that imitation. And this
Yes.
is in consonance with Bandura. Tama ba? Siya
Yes
si
po.
Bandura. Okay, so tanggal si letter C. Diba? Tapos, yung letter D, merong word na permanent. No? Behavioral change due to experience. So, ang letter D, it caters to what is learning para sa akin, di ba? So, it is not about maturation. Kaya out yung D.
Mhm.
Tama
Yes.
ba?
Yes
Okay.
po.
Sige. Okay. You know, ang totoo, I love psychology. Okay? Kasi I learn by reading. Okay, if I'm looking at a certain theory in psychology, I correlate it with real life, no? And pagdating sa psychology, di ba, ang lawak-lawak niya, no? And we don't realize na every day, every moment of our life, meron tinatawag na psychology na kagad.
Yes.
Tama?
Yes. Totoo.
Kaya maganda 'tong subject na 'to, hindi dapat memorize, 'di ba? Kasi ang mali ng karamihan, no, lalo pag tayo ay nagtuturo, piname-memorize natin sa bata yung mga theory. And at the end, pag tinanong mo, saan natin gagamitin 'tong mga theory 'to? Hirap magpaliwanag yung mga bata, 'di ba?
Yes.
Okay, and it's nice having you around kasi with your demo, you are perfectly fit, no? Sa aking hinahanap ng LearnPass. Okay, malinaw magturo, magpaliwanag, mag-cite ng examples, okay?
Thank
Okay,
you so much.
you are not just simply saying out what is the theory about. So mahalaga palagi may examples, di ba?
Yes.
Okay. Tutuwa ako, tama ang sagot ko. Okay? So, you may now go to letter C, please. Number 3, sorry.
Okay
Okay?
po. Yan. So, sa number 3 natin, you may be surprised while you are seeing research questions, no? So, meron dyan, which research method is most useful in examining developmental changes over a long period of time? Kasi of course, since we're looking into developmental psychology, mahalaga na research-based din. Ano yung ating mga sagot? That's the reason why we still discuss research methods. So, A, cross-sectional method. B, experimental method. C, correlational method. Or D, longitudinal method. At sa mga ganitong pagkakataon, ito yung minsan na kapag nakita mo siya sa board exam, talagang mapapa-thank you ka. Kasi nasa question na mismo yung clue, no? Binanggit na long period of time. So, hindi mo na kailangan pag-isipan pa. If you look into the methods presented, it's actually longitudinal method. Kasi the purpose of longitudinal research methods is kukuha ka ng data from a specific period of time. So, hindi lang siya one time. Lahat kasi ng mga nasa other choices, pwedeng one time lang eh. Like, kunwari, cross-sectional. So, nagpa-survey ka lang, no? Kunwari, you're interested kung kapag ba ang isang tao ay bata pa lang, tinuruan mo na about, kunwari, resilience, pagdating ba ng kanilang high school life, yung resilience na yun, nare-recall pa nila? So, yun, that could be something na correlational na we're looking into the correlation of things. Or cross-sectional na yung tao ba, yung kanilang mga nutrition, di ba? Whenever we look into nutrition studies, yung height, weight, kinukuha natin yung profiles ng mga bata. And actually, lalo na siguro sa first 2 years ng life mo, madalas yan, when you go to your pediatrician or sa isang doctor, no, laging chine-check yun, kamusta na ang weight ni baby, kamusta na ang kanyang height or length kapag nakahiga pa, no, kasi baby pa. So, laging chine-check yun. We could also say na that's also a way for us to check in as well. Experimental, yes, sometimes ang experimental mahaba din, depende sa experiment mo. But remember, what we are really targeting is for a long period of time. And kung pipili ka na lang between longitudinal and experimental, it's actually going to be longitudinal. Bakit? Kasi not all experiments are done in a long period of time. So medyo delikado ka kapag biyang sinagot mo kasi it's not applicable all the time. So at least kapag you go with letter D, the answer is correct all of the time. Kasi longitudinal methods are always collected for long periods of time. And since we are discussing about yan, dun sa ating mga research, ayan. So tignan natin kung kunwari, hindi ganun kasimple yung tanong. Kunwari, ang ginawa natin sa question na yun ay may talagang situation and you are being asked by the board examination to identify kung anong research design ang pinaka-the best. So sabi sa tanong, a researcher studies 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and 15-year-olds at the same time to compare cognitive abilities. So what research design is being used? So ang choices mo, sequential daw ba ito, longitudinal, cross-sectional, or case study? So naka-example na siya, ano? And if you look into the question, una, makikita mo agad na there's a high chance na you could automatically eliminate case study. Bakit? Kasi typically kapag po case study, we really don't deal with a lot of people. Mostly na yan, maswerte ka na kung nakalima ka. Minsan nga isa lang isa lang talaga yung kine-case study natin. Kasi the reason why it's called a case study is you're actually studying the case. Kunwari ako, the case of Micaela Arcemo. Kunwari you're trying to understand my individuality or my personality, no, as a person. So, ganun siya. And in this case, since ang goal mo lang naman is to compare the cognitive abilities, it's not really a case study kasi comparison yung goal mo. Hindi mo naman goal na parang i-deeper analysis kung ano ba ang cognitive ability ng isang 5-year-old, 10-year-old, or 15 years old. So, automatically, it's something that you could remove. So, ngayon, it begets itong choices na natitira. So, ang sabi is, at the same time, no? So, meron kang iba't ibang mga participants. Let's say, sinurvey nyo sila or gumawa ka ng test. Like, may intelligence test kayo, no? Cognitive test. And tinry nyo yung mga 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. Whether isa-isa man yan or group-based na sabay-sabay nyo silang tinest. So, dito pa lang, automatically, wala na agad yung long periods of time, no? Kasi sinabi na at the same time, ibig sabihin, kung ang schedule ng testing day nyo ay today lang, pwedeng today lang yan. Or pwede naman yan, today at bukas, kasi hindi kasha within a day. Pwede rin. But the data is collected at the same time lang. Therefore, una sa lahat, alisin na natin yung longitudinal, kasi we learned previously, di ba, na it's collected for a long period of time. So, automatically, wala na agad si longitudinal. Paano po yung sequential? What is sequential? When we speak of sequential research designs, actually, kaya siya sinabing sequential, it's a sequence, no? So, kunwari, pagka-collect mo nito, ito yung next step, and then you do this, and then you do this. So, you're following a sequence of research designs, a sequence of studies. In fact, pwede nga na pagka-collect mo ng isa, ibang research design, okay lang yun sa isang sequential design. Dito, ang alam lang naman natin is, nag-collect lang sila ng data on cognitive abilities. But, we do not know kung, next time ba nag-collect ulit sila ng bago? Wala, hindi naman natin alam eh. Hindi naman natin binanggit. So A is also not the best answer kasi we lack that information. We don't know what will happen to the data after this one. So our best shot is to go to C, no? Cross-sectional design. Kasi when we speak of cross-sectional design, una, what separates it from longitudinal design is you're just collecting data doon sa moment mismo na yun, no? So you're collecting everything doon lang sa pagkakatap na yun. And kaya siya cross-sectional kasi in this sample, you will be cross-examining yung iyong mga sections. Anong ibig sabihin ng sections? Yung group ng 5 years old, group ng 10 years old, group ng 15 years old. So maybe you're going to check sino sa kanila ang may pinakamataas na cognitive abilities. Sino sa kanila ang pinakamababa pa ang cognitive abilities. Maybe that's the purpose of the study. But we don't know. We don't know kasi wala namang nabanggit in this specific example. But our best answer is cross-sectional design siya. Okay? So clear naman on our research designs on developmental psychology.
Clear po, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Pwede kong ano, share my analysis to this
Yes po.
problem. It's clearly stated that the research is based on three sets of age groups, okay? And
Yes.
then happening at the same time, wherein
Yes.
the intent is to compare cognitive abilities. Very important yung word na same time, no? So if I look into letter A, when you say sequential, and you said this, no, it consists of many sequences, right? Tama?
Mm-mm.
That
Yes.
would happen over time. So mali na kagad yung A. Ganun din
Yes.
yung letter B, longitudinal over long time. Tama ba ako?
Yes.
Huh? Okay. And by experience, no, a combination of sequential design rather is a combination of cross-sectional design
Yes.
and longitudinal. Tama ba ako? So A
Yes po.
includes B and C, and we have qualified A is about overtime, okay? Longitudinal overtime also. So tanggal yung letter A and letter B. Now I'm looking at case study, no? From the word case study, okay? So why not case study? Because here the focus of the study design is on one person only, okay?
Yes.
Or one group or one special case. Okay? Kasi I involve myself also in research kaya familiar ako dito. Okay? So, tama ba yun?
Yes.
Tama ba?
Yes. Apa. Definitely
Okay.
po.
Sige. So, thank you for letting me know that tama naman yung analysis ko. Okay?
Apa. Thank you.
Simple lang yung panliwanag ko. Ah?
Mm-mm.
Huli kagad yung sagot, di
Yes.
ba? Highlight natin yung same time. That's a keyword. We call that keyword, leading us to the
Mm-mm.
answer immediately. Okay? So,
Yes.
sa mga board exams, mahalaga na we understand the meaning, definition of a word or a term. Kaya yung mga word na sequential, alam mo kagad, sequences yun.
Yes.
Longitudinal, in Tagalog, mahaba. Tama ba?
Yes.
Okay? Case study, particular tayo sa isang uri ng grupo. Di ba? Okay?
Yes.
Sige, salamat ha. Okay, thank
Thank you
you.
po.
So we can now go to number 5.
Okay pa. Ayan. Yeah. So for number 5, yan, actually we're looking into these are what we call as debates in developmental psychology. And the question is, which issue or which debate in developmental psychology concerns whether behavior is influenced more by heredity or environment. So alin daw sa mga ito ang nagfo-focus doon sa debate na yon? Kung heredity ba o environment ang nag-i-influence sa isang tao. So A, stability versus change. B, continuous versus discontinuous development. C, nature versus nurture, and then D, active versus passive learning. So, with what we know now about developmental psychology, especially yan, yung mga naging previous questions natin, automatically, we could say na D is not the answer kasi it's just targeting one area. Remember, pag sinabi nating heredity, it's about the genetics, about the biology and such. And when we speak about environment, it's about our experiences, our context, the family yan. So ito yung mga things na we learn, no? Things that we obtain through learning. And learning in itself alone, environment lang yan agad, no? So automatically wala na agad si D. Kasi parang nadi-discredit na ang point is heredity versus environment pero learning lang. So wala agad siya. So paano po yung mga natira? Stability versus change. Even if we read it, actually, if you look at it, similar na similar ang A sa B, no? Medyo may pagkapare sila. They're different in concepts, magkaiba pa rin, pero may pagkakatulad sila. Kasi sinasabi lang naman ng letter A na stable na ang isang tao versus ang isang tao is capable niyang magbago. So, ganun siya. Sa letter B naman, sinasabi, nagbabago ba ang isang tao continuously? Ibig sabihin, tuloy-tuloy yung pagbabago niya na para bang straight line siya pataas? Or discontinuous? So, ibig sabihin, pag nagbabago ang isang tao, pwedeng ganun-ganun, may line graphs, no? May changes, minsan pataas, minsan baba, parang roller coaster. So, medyo yung tinutumbok ng letter B is yung change na covered dito. So, we could a bit eliminate si letter B kasi it's also tackling about change. So, we're left with A and C. We're looking versus stability versus change versus nature versus nurture. So, kailangan nating malaman alin ba mismo dyan ang tumutumbok sa biology and genetics versus sa environment and learning lang mismo. And actually, if you dissect the question, stability, minsan we think na kapag sinabi nating stability, automatically, biological lang siya agad. Kasi, kunwari, kung ang genes mo ayan, edi all through your life, yung personality mo, traits mo, stable. Kasi yan yung genes mo, no? But, that logic in itself alone is flawed. So, medyo hindi siya tama, no? Kasi, you could also say na, kunwari, if bata ka pa lang, na-feed ka na you are a worthless person. Sad, no? So, kunwari bata pa lang tinanin na sa utak mo na worthless ka, wala kang silbi. So, kung bata pa lang nandun na yon and naniniwala ka talaga dun sa belief na yon, it will stay stable throughout your life. So, may stability din siya even if it's not a genetic component, no? Kahit hindi siya biological, but if it's a thought that has been ingrained in your brain for a long time and you are manipulated to believe it, magsistay siya sa buhay mo. Therefore, itong choice na ito, A in itself could cause conflict. Kasi we're trying to look, alin ba dyan ang heredity versus environment. But sa stability pa lang, we could see na heredity could be stable, environment could be stable. No? So, nagbabranch siya papunta sa isa. And I could also say the same thing about change. Kunwari, may nag-iba sa genes mo, like may nangyaring aksidente, so may nag-iba sa structure ng body mo. So, even your physical body could also change. Sa environment mo, if something change in your family, definitely you will also change the way you react to them. So, medyo the choice in letter A is explained by both. So, hindi talaga siya yung tinatarget natin. And that's the reason why when we speak of heredity versus environment, we are actually calling nature versus nurture. So, ano ba itong nature versus nurture na debate na ito sa developmental psychology? So, when we say nature versus nurture, sinasabi ng iba na if it's in your nature, ibig sabihin talagang nasa iyo, heredity mo yan, genetics mo yan, you are predisposed. The moment you were born, lahat kasi sa family mo, sila may diabetes, for example. So, ikaw, ang taas ng chance na magkaka-diabetes ka rin. So, people are saying na because of that, nature is something that fully influences developmental psychology or fully influences. So, ngayon naman, may iba naman mga nagsasabi na nurture, na just because you are born as something or someone doesn't mean na you need to stay being like that. So maybe you can learn something from your environment, no? Like kung ano nasa paligid mo or from your experiences. So you are being nurtured. Kaya nga nature versus nurture. So, to settle this old age debate, actually, meron na tayong modern view na tinatanggap. It's no longer ano bang mas matimbang, nature or nurture? Kasi lahat ng studies before din yung focus eh. Ano ba ang mas matimbang, nature or nurture? Ngayon, ina-accept na natin na developed results from the interaction between genes and environment. So we acknowledge na yes, a part of a person is dahil sa kanilang genetics, like they're predisposed to it. Kunwari, bata pa lang sila, in the family kasi talagang meron silang problems with consuming alcohol. So kaya siya talaga ang taas ng vulnerability niya, no? Na malapit na rin siya na maging addict sa alcohol or sa pag-iinom. But we also acknowledge environment na maybe if you put that person in a better environment, in a better context, maybe that person could actually become healthier or mawawala na yung kanyang pagkahilig sa pag-iinom. So clear po yung difference natin between nature versus nurture. Are we good naman and clear? So I think, ayan, no, pero medyo clear naman po tayo. Okay? Sige.